CPSA is one of the oldest and most respected Islamic institutions in the area. It was here back before there were any other Islamic schools, before there was a masjid in each city. Alhamdulillah, CPSA has already played a very important role in raising several generations of Islamic leaders in this society, mashallah. Inshallah, we're going to start our program tonight with tilawah of the Quran Kareem by two of our hafaz. So I ask you all to please have a seat and quiet down so we can respect the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that He can put barakah in our night, so we can start off with the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So without any further ado, we have Hafiz Yusuf Chaudhry, inshallah. MashaAllah, he is ranked the first place Hafiz in all of the Midwest several years in a row, MashaAllah.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. مثل الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله كمثل حبة أنبتت 7 سنابل في كل سنبلة 100 حبة والله يضاعف لمن يشاء والله واسع عليم. الذين ينفقون أموالهم في سبيل الله ثم لا يتبعون ما أنفقوا منا ولا أذى لهم أجرهم عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. قول معروف ومغفرة خير من صدقة يتبعها أذى والله غني حليم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا أنفقوا من طيبات ما كسبتم ومما أخرجنا لكم من الأرض ولا تيمموا الخبيث منه تنفقون ولستم بآخذيه. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تبطلوا صدقاتكم بالمن والأذى كالذي ينفق ماله رئاء الناس ولا يؤمن بالله واليوم الآخر فمثله كمثل صفوان عليه تراب فأصابه فتركه صلدا لا يقدرون على شيء مما كسبوا والله لا يهدي القوم الكافرين. ومثل الذين ينفقون أموالهم ابتغاء مرضات الله وتثبيتا من أنفسهم كمثل جنة بربوة أصابها وابل فآتت أكلها ضعفين فإن لم يصبها وابل فطل والله بما تعملون بصير صدق الله العظيم.
Now, inshallah, we have Brother Mu'izzuddin Rizwan with the translation, inshallah. Or I should say Hafiz, mashallah, they are both Hafaz.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. The parable of those who spend their property in the way of Allah is as the parable of a grain growing 7 ears with 100 grains in every ear. And Allah multiplies for whom He pleases, and Allah is ample giving, all-knowing. As for those who spend their property in the way of Allah, then do not follow up with what they have spent with reproach or injury. They shall have their reward from their Lord, and they shall have no fear, nor shall they grieve. Kind speech and forgiveness is better than charity followed by injury, and Allah is self-sufficient, forbearing. O you who believe, do not make your charity worthless by reproach and injury, like him who spends his property to be seen of men, and does not believe in Allah and the last day. So his parable is as the parable of a smooth rock with earth upon it. Then a heavy rain falls upon it, so it leaves it bare. They shall not be able to gain anything of what they have earned, and Allah does not guide the unbelieving people. And the parable of those who spend their property to seek the pleasure of Allah and for the certainty of their souls is as the parable of a garden on an elevated ground, upon which heavy rain falls, so it brings forth its fruit twofold. But if heavy rain does not fall upon it, then light rain is sufficient, and Allah sees what you do.
Now, inshallah, we have some of our students from the elementary who will be performing for us all tonight. There is going to be 2 separate performances from the elementary. The first one is from the lower grades, and it will begin shortly, inshallah. So we want to make sure that we're all quiet so we can hear them. These kids have worked really hard, mashallah, to perfect their performance for tonight. So let's have them make their way on stage now, inshallah. So we're going to be quiet in the hall. Please, these kids have worked hard to perfect their performances tonight. So let's show them some respect. Let's quiet down and have absolute silence so we can all hear their love. Exactly right.
Just open the salon.
Because the fun is not over for that. So our fourth and fifth graders can get ready to come up to the stage, inshallah. There's going to be pizza and food, they'll have chicken and biryani and everything else, but they need to be in the children's room. Thank you very much. And right now, inshallah, we have a performance from our high school students. I was lucky enough to already hear this performance last year. at the MIST competition, where CPSA competes every year. For those of you that don't know MIST, it's a competition between Muslim students from public and private schools from all around the area. That includes Illinois and Wisconsin, and even teams from Nebraska. And every year CPSA competes, and mashallah, every year CPSA comes out as the #1 Islamic school, the #1 Islamic school in the entire area. And every year, the #1 overall student from any Islamic student in the area, from a Muslim, from an Islamic school or from a public school, every single year, mashallah, is from CPSA. So this is CPSA's Nasheed team. And last year's theme at MIST was, and I have to double check this because I don't want to get it wrong. It was the Valor of Mercy. And all the performances last year rotated around this theme. And so CPSA's Nasheed team is going to present. We have Hafiz Zainche, Hafiz Sarim Khan, and Hasib Sabir. So we can give them some silence, and they'll make their way to the stage now, inshallah. Give me hand the podium. Give me hand the podium.
Where do you want to move it?
Just move this side. Help me move it back after you're done. Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Hello. Assalamu alaikum. Brothers and sisters, I'm sorry I was not mad, but I want you to understand one thing. A lot of people have been working day and night to bring this program together. So we really appreciate if you can quieten down, don't talk right now. The students have been working day and night to perform. So give them your attention, inshallah. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. The valor of mercy, it brings us together. It forms up a bond we stay together forever. And praise to Allah, it is you to remember. Connect with Allah, that connection never gets severed. Your iman will decrease like it's a fluctuation. But shaitan isn't one to go congratulate. Turn back to Allah, that's the evaluation, because Allah has decided you in every single situation. He showers mercy upon us, and it makes it look easy. But when it's hard to do it, we study it really easy. To find the best example is just look at the prophet. He be cursed and ridiculed, but he did what he saw fit. He raises his hands and prayed their hearts would soften. He forget, and try to get his mouth. Look at all the places he went to, all the things that he's been through. People sat at his feet, he had nothing to eat, but he prayed for them. He never called the feet.
Now, what do you call that level of patience?
That's the valor of mercy.
Back to the days when we were friends, when we would overpray, this friendship never ends. But I messed it up and it all burned out. So now I'm back here to say it out loud. I was wrong and you were right. I hurt you, I had no right. Rasulullah, he taught one thing before life ends. That's all mercy, so now I'm standing here and I'm asking you, please forgive me. I know I've done you so wrong, but please just listen to me. I wanna be the best person that I know I can be, but I can't get there if there's people who are upset with me. Na 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 na. It's been a long time since you last saw each other. It's sad to see what's become of one another. But after a while, we can finally come together. Forget the past and move on for the better. In this small room, we should all be united. People try to make us feel like we're uninvited. With the help of one together, we can find the key to forgiveness and show mercy. Because I was wrong and you were right. I hurt you, I had no right. Rasulullah, he taught one thing before life ends. That's for mercy. So now who are upset with me. Now I'm not standing anymore. How could I stand before my Lord? With my knees on the ground and my tears in my eyes, I'm asking you, Lord, my sins in disguise, Elohim. I ask for forgiveness for my friends and my family. I fix all of my wrongs and I've been feeling so happy. But I've forgotten one thing that I'm nothing without. So I still want up above to clear my account of sin and disobedience. If the messes up will all burn out, so now I'm back here to say it out loud. I am wrong and you were right. I hurt you, I had no right. Rasulullah, he's all one thing before life ends. Ask for mercy, so now I'm standing here and I'm asking you, please forgive me. I know I've done you so wrong, but please just listen to me. I want to be the best person that I know I can be, but I can't get there if there's people who are upset with me. Na 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 na
Jazakallah khair for that beautiful performance, mashallah. Like I said, this was the second time that I got to hear it, so I was really looking forward to hearing it again. Mashallah, they didn't disappoint. Thank you. Right now we have Dr. Shahid Ansari, who is the chairman of the board and a longtime fixture of the school, who's going to be giving us a brief message tonight, inshallah. But before he begins, I would just like to mention that for the
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmadu nusalli ala Rasulil Kareem. The board thinks I don't know how to speak, so they give me only 3 minutes. And I can speak better than you know who. So all of you know who I'm referring to. So anyway, on behalf of the board, I welcome all of you. I call this CPSA family. That's how most of my letters go. You are our family. You are most welcome to our 30th fundraising dinner, and I dedicate this event to the parents. Some of them do so much sacrifice that you will not believe it. I know quite a few who have deferred buying a home because they want to invest in their children. What could be the better investment than their own children? Now, I also apologize on behalf of board for the construction. I cannot, thank you enough for having a long lines in the winter especially. But anyway, you are enduring it. Hopefully, we'll have the new school in the next school year. The second thing which I want to emphasize that, our teachers are chronically underpaid. We can never pay them enough. So inshallah, after this building is done, my next project will be how to increase our teacher salary. Now we have some guests here. We have to recognize the foundation chairman, Aftab Sahab, and his board. They are here and we welcome them. This is both the schools, alhamdulillah, are full. So there is no competition. I have to show you, this is my letter, it's on each table. And the yellow highlight emphasizes certain things. And this is common for all the Islamic schools. Please read that the school is not just a school, but it also at least qualifies for a musalla. So with that, I thank you all for coming. Jazakumullah khair. Subhanallah bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma bihamdika, nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.
رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وارنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. my dear brothers and sisters, elders, children, and honored guests, on behalf of CPSA, I would like to welcome you to our annual fundraising dinner. As I stand here as the principal of CPSA, I am very proud that our school is not just an ordinary school, but an extraordinary institute, and one that has been found and recognized as one of the most challenging schools in Illinois as well as in the United States. This accomplishment could not be possible without first and foremost the grace of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also because of our talented staff, students, parents, volunteers, and individuals like you who came out to support our school throughout the year and in events such as the one tonight. Thank you for your continued support and for coming tonight and making this event yet another successful one. I want you all to rest assured that your hard work and hard-earned money is not just providing support or maintaining the school, but rather being utilized to create an environment in which students grow and develop into exceptional students, both academically and spiritually. My goal as the principal is to provide the leadership that will facilitate a safe, intellectually challenging school environment. Furthermore, to provide the best possible academic instruction that needs for each student to the best of their ability in an Islamic environment. We offer a rigorous academic program offering 13 AP courses along with equivalent classes of honors level to our senior students. Along with the academics, we offer a vast variety of extracurricular activities that range from academic competitions, service clubs, sports team, complete community service. In addition, we also encourage our students to go on the recitation of the Quran with tajweed, and you have an experience today at the starting of the function and to participate in the Quranic competition, and you heard about the mist. I am confident that we can make our students good role models, community caretakers, leaders, and inspired learners prepared to thrive in the 21st century. Inshallah, I am certain that moving forward with a new plan to expand our facilities, we will be able to better perform and achieve our goals. To expand more on this topic, I will hand it over to our Dean, Sama Zaidan, and Dr. Hamid Nazir. They will enlighten you through their presentation. Once again, thank you all for your support in the past, present, and in the future. CPSA could not have been successful without your support and commitment. We needed you then, and we need you even now more. Please continue to support with this great institution. With this, I will leave you tonight, and I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide and protect you always and provide you the best in this world and in the hereafter. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum.
As Dr. Tahir mentioned, Sister Samah Zahdan, who is the Dean of Student Affairs at CPSA and the college counselor, will be giving us an update on the school's status and performance, inshallah. And as she makes her way to the stage, I really did not want to have to do this, but I'm going to have to call out the sister side. I was hoping that I could, just direct this as general attention, but the gentlemen have been complaining that they can't really hear because the sisters are talking too much. So I'm sorry. I'm just the messenger. So Sister Samah, thank you.
It's going the wrong way. Am I holding it the wrong way? There you go. I was holding it the wrong way. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Can everyone hear me? Are we good in the back? Yes? Assalamu alaikum. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. So as everyone knows, for the past 30 years, we've had the same mission and the same purpose, which is academic excellence in an Islamic environment with Quran and Sunnah as its guide. Now, Muslims of the past helped create a civilization that helped the entire world, as we know. They made tremendous contributions, as we all know, in medicine, mathematics, and astrology. But as the empire expanded, they came in contact with Greek knowledge. And rather than destroy Greek knowledge, because it is based on mythology and has nothing to do with Tawheed, what they did instead was translate it into Arabic. They spent 300 years translating Greek mythology into Arabic, editing it, and adding on to it. Now, the reason why I mention this is because not only is the importance of Islamic knowledge, but secular knowledge as well in our lives. And at CPSA, we try and to do our best to ensure that all of our students gain knowledge both in Islamic and secular education. So, for the past few years, alhamdulillah, every year, our student body and our families increase year after year. Since last year, we have gained over 20 families at CPSA. We're growing, like I said, rapidly every year, alhamdulillah. And we do our very best to ensure that all of our students from elementary school all the way to 12th grade are active inside of school and outside of school to make sure they're well-rounded individuals. So these are just some of the few things that just our elementary students work on year after year, and our teachers work very hard with these students to ensure that, like I said again, they're well-rounded students, and go out into the world and get experience from others, not just within the confines of CPSA. So one of the things that we've been working on for the past few years with our elementary teachers is Girl Scouts has grown so much. Our girls go out into the world. They do character building, they learn courage, confidence, through community service projects, through education and team building activities throughout the year, alhamdulillah. And as you see, we make sure that they're involved in enough competitions in order to make sure that they are able to compete with all the schools in the area. With Spelling Bee, with the National Geography, alhamdulillah. Poetry Pals is an amazing program that our elementary students have been doing for the past few years. It's an interfaith program where they get together with schools, with Christian schools and Jewish schools over the years, and it's a great way to kind of show our religion and show who we are, and showcase our students. As far as junior high and high school extracurriculars, we offer several different kinds of extracurriculars. Our civic and service through NHS, our HOPE, through student council, our students have raised money for breast cancer, have gone on hunger walks, have been able to donate and raise money for humanitarian aid for people who've been affected by natural disasters. Academic competitions, mashallah. I think there isn't one academic competition that we have not excelled in and we have not done well in. As far as local Quran competitions, our students consistently place in the top 3. Last year, we had 9 projects go to the state science fair, receiving gold, bronze, and silver. Our Illinois Council for Teacher of Mathematics last year, 3rd in the state. Our WISE competition, Worldwide Youth in Science and Engineering. In our division, there's about 30 schools, and we came in 2nd in state last year. Our Miss competition, which I will elaborate a little bit more in a slide, and Mahmoud Al-Qudsi talked about a little bit earlier. Our sports and spiritual learning. So we do have basketball. We are trying to expand more, and we are hoping, inshallah, with this new building that comes along, we'll be able to expand our athletic department as well. We have a Tafaqqah course that we started a few years ago. It's an after-school course. And by the time the completion of this course, students will be able to receive an ijazah with this course. Academic competitions. We have so many academic competitions that we don't have enough students for. Our forensics team, which is our speech and debate team, is ranked 7th in the state by the National Speech and Debate Association. Our mock trial team last year competed at state. We received Best Witness and Best Attorney at state, and we are with the Illinois State Board. Our Bar Association sponsors this, so every year our students compete in this competition. Our debate team as well, and speech team ranked top 20% nationally. Now, what's really important to know about this is our teams are so small, but the teams that we compete on have more students on their teams than we have in our entire school. This is just their team. So with a team of 30 students going against a team of 200 to 300 students, we do fairly well, alhamdulillah. We have math counts. Now speech and debate, we also train our junior high students so that way when they come to high school, they are prepared to be able to join the speech and debate team as well. We also have STEM Cup that's very successful for junior high, and inshallah we are initiating a robotics club for our junior high students as well. This year, our students were able to participate in the Yale Invitational. It's the Yale Speech and Debate Tournament. There are over 300 teams that compete at this tournament, both nationally and international teams. So one of our students, mashallah, our 11th grader, Hudayfa Chowdhury, even received some positions, alhamdulillah, received a double octa finalist in debate, top 30 debater, and 12th speaker award. Now when you compare this to 300 teams and the thousands of students that were there, mashallah, this is an amazing accomplishment for an 11th grader. Not only did this happen, the organizers of this organization made it a point to tell us that we are the only Islamic school that has ever participated in this. Our girls were the only girls that were at the competition in hijab, mashallah. They did amazing, and like I said, competed for students from all over the world. And not only are we the only Islamic school at this Yale Debate Invitational, we are always the only Islamic school that participates in the local speech and debate tournaments. With all the Islamic schools around, we are the only one that is active with the National Speech and Debate Association and with IHSA. Now, Mr. Mahmoud Qudsi mentioned earlier the Muslim Interscholastic Tournament. We have placed first for 5 years, the last 4 years in a row. So this is probably, we are considered the Midwest champions in this, alhamdulillah. So like he said, there's schools, Islamic school and private schools, and a vast array of competition, over 30 competitions that they compete in, from legacy Quran competition to nasheed, to sports, to graphic design, you name it, our students are competing in it and always consistently place first, second, or third, alhamdulillah, in these competitions. The National Merit Scholars Program. So every year, we consistently have 1 to 3 students receive this distinguished honor, alhamdulillah. So this year, one of our seniors, Shalimar was named a semi-finalist. So just to give you a small example, 1.6 million students in the country take this test, and 16,000 become semi-finalists. So mashallah, this is a great accomplishment for Shalimar and for us. And this is just a small comparison of Muslim students that become semi-finalists. So the students take this test in 11th grade, and they find out in 12th grade if they become semi-finalists. So this is a comparison of our students compared to schools in our area. Alhamdulillah, as you see, last year we had 2, this year we had 1. Now if you look at these schools, Wabanzi, Northside Prep, Hinsdale doesn't have any, no Muslim students. So these are, not that they don't have any on the list, but they have no Muslim students. So schools like Hinsdale, where we have parents pulling students out of our school to take them to schools like this, and they don't even have 1 Muslim student on that list. This is an amazing accomplishment, again, for such a small school. We only have 27 graduates. These schools have hundreds and hundreds of graduates each year. Last year, our 2 students who became semi-finalists were actually awarded the scholarship. So inshallah, we'll make dua that Shalimar is one of those scholar winners this year. Now our ACT results, Our ACT results, as you guys see, alhamdulillah, our average for the last 5 years has been at 28. And if you see, CPSA in the dark blue and the state of Illinois average, and every year, consistently, we rank, our average is higher than the state and even the national average, which is usually a 21 or a 22. And consistently for the last, this won't stay on here, but our students every year, a third of our students receive a 30 or higher on their ACT score. Our students work so hard, mashallah, they put so much time and effort into their studies and into their extracurriculars. As Dr. Allah had mentioned earlier, we have 13 AP course offerings. Now, any of you can go online and pick any of the schools in our area, and we have the same AP course offerings as any school in our area. Not only that, you would be surprised to know that our AP program is older and longer than any, not all of the schools, but majority of the elite schools in our area. We've had AP classes probably since CPSA's inception. So this is where we make sure we challenge our students and prepare them for college, inshallah. We plan on initiating 1 more AP class next year. So this new AP class was launched by the College Board, and it is the biggest thing they've launched since the inception of the College Board, and it's an AP Computer Science Principal class that they say every student that goes through high school needs to have this class. So inshallah, we hope and pray that we're able to offer this class next year with our new building. And the importance of AP classes is that if students take these AP classes, it saves money and it saves time for our students. So every year our students save anywhere from 1 to 2 years in college because of these AP classes that they take and how well they do on the exams at the end of the school year. Now, a challenging student can take up to 10, even more, maybe take all 13. We've had students who have taken all the AP classes before they graduate. And an average curriculum could be anywhere to 4 to 6 AP classes. Students who graduate from some of the most elite public schools will not have even taken one. So we do our best, like I said, to make sure our students are prepared, that when they start college, that it goes easily for them, alhamdulillah. Our AP scores, again, if you see, compared to Illinois and globally, our students outrank scoring with students locally and globally year after year, alhamdulillah. CPSA takes pride in, like I said, getting our students prepared and making sure they do well. They work very, very hard, alhamdulillah, and they deserve a good building to be proud of. Brothers and sisters, please open up your pockets, open up your wallets, open up your checkbooks. Please donate so we can move into this new building that our students deserve and work very hard for. Jazakallahu khairan, and have a good night.
Jazakallah khairan. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, seriously, CPSA just continues to grow every single year. Takbir. Come on guys, takbir. And the ladies, takbir. Okay, thank you. Jazakallah khair, Sister Samah. So, as Sister Samah mentioned, and as all of you know, the reason why we're here today is the new building, which is finally almost here, inshallah. And we have Dr. Khanaz here, who is going to be going over the current state of construction and what we can expect. So, there he is, he's making his way to the stage.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's do it. Does this work?
Yeah, it's just I think it's backwards.
The clicking is backwards?
Talia, can you guys hear me? We're going to do a quick little test run here. Just check it out. Oh, it's working. Yeah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah sayyidina wa nabiyyina Muhammadin wa alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Wa alaikum assalam. Assalamu alaikum, all my respected elders, all my colleagues, my younger brothers and sisters. I promise I'll make this very quick. I would like to begin by saying that today's a special day for me, and I'm happy everybody's here celebrating it. It's my birthday. Thank you. Thank you everybody for coming. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, so I turned 39 today. Alhamdulillah. I didn't imagine that I would be here on my birthday giving this talk. Again, it's been many years. I believe maybe this is the 5th or 6th time the school has asked me to make this presentation. And I'm hoping with my birthday wish, inshallah, this is the last time I have to do it. Not because I'm not being here, but I'm hoping, inshallah, that the school, the community, all of us, we meet our goal, right? Which is, the goal is what? 2019, 2020, inshallah, the school will graduate class from the new building, right? That's the goal, inshallah. So, with that, let's all make a special dua that happens. I would like to begin by introducing myself. My name is Hamid Nazir. They introduced me as a physician. Pretty much every kid that comes out to say is a physician. So I'm just ordinary, just like everybody else. But I graduated from CPSA in 1998. That was 20 years ago. Long time ago. Do I see any current students here? Can I get some hands up in here? Any current students? Okay, right there. Any past students? Where are the past students? Oh, there we go, right here. Let's see, over there. Okay, on the girls. Okay, on the sister side. Alright, so we got a lot of current students. So I graduated 20 years ago. 20 years ago. The school started 30 years ago. SubhanAllah. It's amazing to be here today and to see that finally the community, we have growing ground and building that's very exciting. And I'm honored to be a part of it. And inshallah, we'll meet this goal of completion. Now, is that, yes. All right, so with this slide here, in 1989, essentially CPSA, that's when it was first founded. This is something that's really important. Has anybody met the founder of CPSA? So we got a few hands. I know there's more people that met the founder. Some of the old students, yeah, some of the old students. And his name was Salim. He was also a physician, a doctor. He was a cardiologist, right? He was a cardiologist or a doctor, right? SubhanAllah. So he had a vision. He had a vision that he would create amazing students that go through the most rigorous curriculum in an Islamic environment, coupled with the teachings of Quran and Sunnah, and make a huge impact in society. SubhanAllah. And he had a vision. He knew that the most important thing of a good school was the teacher. The teacher. Having a teacher that is passionate, having a teacher that is skilled, and coupled with parents who sacrifice and support their children, you can accomplish this goal. SubhanAllah. So he put everything on the line. Everything. His entire practice, he sold it. Now I'm practicing physician, I understand what that means. That's a big sacrifice. SubhanAllah. I know I couldn't do it. There's no way. He sacrificed his car. I think he had a nice like black Benz. Gorgeous car. I remember. He sold it. It disappeared. He sold his house. His entire house. He got rid of it. But you know what? There's people living in the house. He had a wife and 3 children. They were all living in the house. He sold the house for this vision. He put the school up first in a small little apartment building down in Bridgeview. And then after selling everything, he bought this building with the help of many other strong community members that are sitting here today that also made big sacrifices. They bought this building in 1991. I'm looking at my slides right here. The same building that we're in. The same building that I graduated from in 1998. The same building until just 2017 was all we had. SubhanAllah. And if you look at that sincere sacrifice that he made, and you look at what came from it, right? And if you look at our modest beginning, you can see that from that sacrifice that he made, and many other people in this community, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the most amazing thing flourish from that. The most amazing thing, right? If you look at it, I mean, it's like, it strengthens my belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when I see what we're accomplishing out of this small little building in Lombard that used to be, that's a leftover building in Lombard that they used to use for an elementary school. And we're creating these amazing individuals from this. It's coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's coming from the heart and the passion and the sacrifice that people have made in the past. And it's an honor to be a part of it. It's an honor for me to try to contribute to what these people have done. You look at what Sheikh Osama presented. You tell me, how is this possible? How is this possible that we have so many amazing accomplishments with the limited resources we have? How is it possible? This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's will. This is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's will. And the fact that I graduated from this institution, and I've had the privilege, I'm so thankful to my parents and my uncle who had the foresight to send me to this school, because I have gained so much from it. So much. Everybody in my life is somehow related to this. Everything that is good in my life is related to the fact that I attended CPSA and I saw the sacrifices people made for the deen and for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is what is made. That is what I stand on. That is my existence. And to be here and to be a part of it is a huge honor. And nobody can take that away from me. And what we need to do is to continue to build off of this. Yes, this success, the fact that we just entered the Yale debate, first time, and now we have the 30th ranked speaker in the entire country. He should be up here giving this speech. Inshallah, next year he will. How does that happen? How do we have all the merit scholars in the area? How did all that happen? How do we have the fact that every kid that's coming out of CPSA is somehow able to take an AP exam and save a year in college? Like, how do these things happen? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's blessing, and I'm just so thankful. And I guess I want everybody to understand the opportunity that we have and the blessing that we have. Okay? Now, with that said, it's time to finally build off of the sacrifices other people have done. Alhamdulillah. Now I'm trying to get, I know I got a little emotional there. I'm going to try to make it a little lighter, try to make it a little lighter. But I had to get that out. I had to get that out. The beautiful thing is, 2017 was, as you can see on this chart here, the construction began. We stepped up as a community, right? Everybody came together, everybody made some sacrifices, and alhamdulillah, in 2017 we started construction. The last time I had to give this building presentation, everything was just a thought, everything was just a concept. Alhamdulillah, today I get to show some real concrete progress, right? Now, in the room, I know there's some people who are maybe new to the community, and they may need to understand, like, all right, why do we need a new building? All right, I think the best people to explain to everybody here why we need a new building is to ask the student. If you ask the student, where's some students here? How about we have basketball? Oh, yeah, we have basketball. Okay, sorry. I'm getting a signal from a current student that we have a basketball tournament to go to tonight. Right, alumni? Is that what's going on? Are you telling me to hurry up? Tonight, inshallah, the older alumni brothers are going to educate some of our younger brothers on the basketball court in an Islamic environment with excellence, inshallah. I'm going to call on a girl. You two, you guys students? I think I know you guys. Get over here. All right, let's go. We got dinner. Okay. All right. Salam alaikum. What's your name? What's your name?
My name is RSA.
What grade are you in?
I'm in 6th grade.
6th grade at CPSA?
Yeah.
When did you start going to CPSA?
I started since preschool.
So you've been at CPSA since preschool. Wow. Do we have another wireless mic here? I think this might be a little easier. I can just give it to Mario. Can we get another one? How much time do we got?
For these beautiful ladies, as much time as they need. But no, seriously though, we need to hurry up, inshallah.
So you're in 6th grade?
Yeah.
Wow, mashallah. So tell me, what is your favorite thing about CPSA? I bet you it's probably going to be the exact same thing that was my favorite.
Okay. So my favorite thing about CPSA is the teachers. They're really nice and they're really friendly. They might seem really strict while teaching, but if you actually see them and talk to them, you'll feel safe around them. They'll help you a lot. They're just really friendly and kind.
MashaAllah, takbir. I kid you not. As I had just kind of told you all my emotions, my most favorite thing was the teachers. That's what makes the school. It's the teachers. It's the passion and the love. MashaAllah. What's your name? I think I know you. Okay, can you go ahead? Are you also in 6th grade?
Yeah.
How long have you been at CPSA?
I was here in kindergarten and 2nd grade, but then I came back this year.
You came back because you loved it so much?
Sure.
Okay. So you tell me what's your favorite thing about CPSA?
Everybody knows each other and we're all friends and family.
MashaAllah, takbir. Friends and family, that's exactly the most important thing that we get from CPSA. So there's a lot of things that haven't changed, I would say, in the last 20 years. I graduated in 1998. When did you guys graduate? What year would that be? Right now it's 2018. You guys still have 7 more years, I think? So 18, 7 is 25, 26? I don't know. It's a long time from now. Okay, so I want to hear from both of you. What is one thing you want to change at CPSA? Let's start with Mario.
So I would like to change my CPSA, everybody probably agrees with me, is the gym.
There you go, Jim. Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted in the gym.
The gym I would like to change because it's really small. It's not small, it's just that we use it for a lot of stuff. During school hours, we use it for gym class, prayer, lunch, and some other events that CPSA puts in. And when we're not doing school days, it's for other events, and we're using it for a lot of stuff. So I feel like we should have a separate gym or at least a separate auditorium for lunch. So
That's really good. That's really good. How about you?
I really agree with that because then you can host basketball
Do you guys think you'd enjoy the school more if we had a new facility? Yes? Okay. Let's make that happen. Jazakallah khair, you two. Let's go. That's all I got. Okay, so if we can't make a new building for my birthday wish, can we at least do it, mashallah, for all of our students? Right? Can we? Cute little girls, can we finally get them a new gym and a new building? It's the same thing that I wanted 20 years ago. Can we finally make that a reality? Now here, let's get into some of these slides, inshallah. Can we get the slides right here so I can see it? Alright, so, alhamdulillah, with the new building, that's exactly what we can do. We can go ahead and have a whole new capacity for new students, 250 new kids can actually graduate or attend the school. We'll get exactly what the students want. They need more facilities. Kids are, the times have changed. We need to be able to provide all the latest stuff when it comes to athletics, when it comes to sciences. So with that, we can keep up with the kids' new demands in this time. So we'll have those labs. There's one thing that I want to touch upon, is Musalla. Alhamdulillah, at CPSA, there's always a prayer that's going on, right? But Tarawih prayer actually happens at CPSA. I don't know if people know that, but it does. And there's always about 430 students almost the majority of the year. There's teachers, and they're all praying regularly. And they actually also, between Maghrib and Isha, there's a graduate, a previous alumni student who leads prayers there regularly, and then they do a khatam every year just between Maghrib and Isha. So I think we'll be able to increase that capacity and that ability. I'm going to skip this slide real quick. We'll come right back to that. So let's talk about what we should celebrate. Construction progress. So this is what the new building is going to look like. This is the northeast view. This is the southwest view. This is going to be the southeast view. And then this is the first floor plan. Okay, in this essentially we have a new gymnasium. We'll have additional classrooms. We will have a new area for pre-K, which is probably one of the areas, the biggest, greatest demand in the community, in the younger grades. So we'll have a new facility for that. We'll have multi-purpose rooms. But you know what I'm most excited about? Is our beautiful and beloved teachers. They'll actually have proper facilities. Okay, they're going to actually have proper administrative wing and lounges where they can actually have a little bit of space to themselves, a little bit of ability to do a better job, to continue to do an amazing job with our children. On the second floor, we'll have a couple of labs. Within this plan, there will be ability to add additional classrooms. So the total square footage of the new building is 33,000 square feet. The old plan that we purchased as a community in 1991 was 33,000 square feet, so we'll double it, inshallah. So this, I love this slide, because on this slide, the last time this was presented, it said existing condition. Alhamdulillah is scratched out, and it says past condition. Takbir. So that's what the property used to look like. It was the old building right there, and the parking lot was in the back. Everybody that's been at CPSA recently knows that has changed. The new building would go in the back toward the south end of the property. Now, phase 1 is already complete, so that's different from the last fundraising dinner. Alhamdulillah, I think we all have a lot to be excited about. So we put in a retention pond on the west side of the property. On the north end of the property, they put in a parking lot already, alhamdulillah. That's all been funded. And now the third phase is almost complete, and that's why we're here today, to finish that off. The third phase includes the driveway all the way around and the completion of the building. So where are we at right now? So, not at that yet. Not there yet. Let me skip back 1 second. One more. Is that the video? You know what? Let's just play that video. You guys have the video? Okay, so the video they'll play, it'll save me some time. You don't have to listen to me anymore. The video is going to show the progress of the building. And it's just a really nice emotional talk behind it. And we'll see what the property looks like right now. Want me to go ahead and play that? And can we dim the lights a little bit, or is that the max?
Premier science school in all of America. But it became obvious that there was an incredible demand for it. In 1959, when Dr. Shalimar began teaching students in his apartment outside of Chicago, he could not have known he was giving birth to what would become the premier science school in all of North America. But it became obvious that there was an incredible demand for what he was offering, a high school education taught by the top experts in their fields in an authentically Islamic environment. Today, CPSA is proud to be Washington Post's #1 most challenging school in all of Illinois. scientists, politicians, and more. Thanks to an early emphasis on the importance of STEM subjects and instilling in its students a thirst for excellence and a belief that anything is possible. In its home 25 years, CPSA has flourished and raised an entire generation of Muslims within its walls, in spite of limited resources and cramped space. Today, CPSA is on the verge of completing construction for the next chapter in this incredible story. A new building with room to expand beyond its current limit of 450 students, multiple science and innovation labs, a dedicated course facility, and much-needed classrooms to enable additional course offerings. In just 2 years, the community has raised an incredible $1.5 million, which, combined with the school's reserves, was enough to secure half of the $7.5 million needed to see this project through. Alhamdulillah, today, the walls of construction are up and the roof is being installed. It is a dream of our community to have the new building open for students in the fall of 2019. A dream that after 25 years is finally within reach. With your help, inshallah. In 1989.
So that was the progress of the latest building. It looks amazing. I think everybody should be very excited. And these are the final numbers, essentially. CPSA in the community, all of us, we've secured 5.8 million out of the 7.5. Takbir. That's a great accomplishment. And we should be very thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that has given us the ability for that to happen. There's still approximately $1.7 million that are left to make this a reality. It is still a sizable amount. And there's a short amount of time to accomplish that. So inshallah, we can do that. I just wanted to recite Surah Al-Nas. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس مالك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس. So, also by chance, my Quran khatam was also matched up for today. So it's my birthday, and alhamdulillah, like my regular Quran reading that we all try to do on a regular basis was today. And I figured that I just completed on stage and try to I dedicate my dua, my last khatam, to CPSA. And I really hope that everybody's duas here come true. And I hope that we can make this a reality. And I hope that every one of us, at minimum, we can dedicate our next Quran khatam to CPSA into this project. Wherever we are with our current Quranic reading, if we can just, when we make that completion, dedicate it and make a special dua for CPSA, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts everybody's efforts. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepts Dr. Salim and all his efforts and sacrifices that he's made. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewards him. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewards his family for everything that they endured and went through. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewards every one of the past and current board members that have sacrificed so much for all this to happen. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserve them and allow them to continue to make this effort. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the sacrifices of all the parents, especially in the beginning stages when CPSA was not this, didn't have this huge name. And it was a big sacrifice to send your kids there. It was a big sacrifice to send your kids there. And they did it, and they did it. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserve all of them. And all of our teachers, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala preserve every one of our teachers. Every one of our teachers, and especially in the beginning stages, there wasn't even enough money to cut a check for them. There wasn't even enough money to cut a check. And they would still show up, and they would teach me. They would teach my friends. They would teach every one of us with so much passion. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward their efforts. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward and bless all the current and past students at CPSA. These are amazing individuals, and it was an honor to be at the institution around these people and to benefit from them and to gain passion and closeness and proximity to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Prophet Muhammad. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless every one of them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make this project a success. May this allow it to be completed by the target date, inshallah. With that, I'll conclude. Assalamu alaikum.
Jazakallah khair, Dr. Khan is here. Before you go anywhere, I hope they will make your dream come true, inshallah. I'll give you a don't make your birthday, but thank you again. Jazakallah khair. Yes. I was asked to inform everybody that there is a booth outside with 3 CDs with the seerah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's available in English, Urdu, and Spanish. So if you guys get a chance, check it out, mashallah. They're also one of the sponsors of this event. Of course, this event wouldn't have been possible without the sponsors in the first place. Mashallah, jazakumullah khair. I want to add one thing to, actually, you know what, it's fine. We're kind of short on time, so. For those of you that have looked at your program, in the booklets ahead in front of you, you'll see that the next event we have scheduled is our keynote speaker by Sister Tahira Rahman. Sister Tahira is one of the alumni of CPSA. Her and her family are members of the community. I'm sure some of you know her mom, her dad. And she has a very unique story. I think we have a young gentleman in the crowd that appears to know her. So she has a very unique story, and she was going to, I wanted her to be the one to tell you about it actually, but due to special circumstances, she's running a little late today. And we have a video clip of Sister Tahira in which she will tell you a bit about why she isn't on the stage right now. But before we put that up for you, I guess I have to share a little bit of backstory for those of you that aren't familiar with her incredible story. So Sister Tahira is a, mashallah, hijabi Muslim, just like many of the sisters here. And unlike, we all question whether or not we would have the resolve to put our religion first when we get an opportunity that comes at the cost of our religion or our principles. For Sister Tahira, her dream was to be a newscaster, a TV newscaster. She wanted to go on TV and report the news, but she wanted to do it with one condition, with the hijab on. That was her condition. And it's not a big ask, she's not doing entertainment, she's not doing a talk show, she's doing the news. Nobody should care what's on her head, or so you'd hope. And it wasn't like that. She excelled at all the requirements, she passed all the tests with flying colors, she pulled off all of the TV interviews and all of the test cases and everything with aplomb, mashallah. And the offers came in from various news channels around the country that she had applied to. But they came with a precondition. In America, you're not allowed to discriminate based on religion. So they would, just chat her up, make some conversation, and they would ask her, that thing around your head, how attached are you to it? And then off the record, they would tell her, the job is yours, but not with that hijab. And mashallah, and I asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in front of all of you, I do not know if I have that kind of strength. But mashallah, she did, and she turned down those offers. Until recently, it's a very emotional story. I heard her tell it at MIST. SubhanAllah, there's a lot of great things that happen at MIST. But I heard her tell the story at MIST. And honestly, it brought tears, not just to my own eyes, but to a lot of people in the crowd. And I can't do the story justice, so I'm not going to try. But after a very difficult, very personal, very emotional experience, the CBS affiliate out of the Quad Cities between Illinois and Iowa gave her a job, mashallah, and she became the first full-time hijabi newscaster on TV. Allahu Akbar. So inshallah, she's going to be joining us and telling us more about her story later. But for now, there's a video clip that they'll pull up, and they'll explain to you why I am the one giving this brief intro to Sister Tahira instead of her, why she could not be here today. And it's really important. I think once you guys hear the reason why she's not here, I'll tell you, when I heard it, I knew her and I knew what an amazing story she had gone through. But I was not expecting the news that this clip, but I want her to do it, inshallah.
This is Dr. I just want to say salam, say how grateful I am for everybody coming, and also, of course, to journey of growth for the school and the community. And I also wanted to explain a little bit about why I'm not there yet. I actually am up, or I should say my story about my journey is up for an Emmy Award in Chicago. Under that, we won already an Emmy Award for the Midwest region, and now in Chicago, the awards ceremony tonight. And I'm hoping, inshallah, that we win, and also that I can get out of there in time after my category and join everybody at CPSA right away to talk a little bit more about that journey and about how important Muslim schools have been in my own life and in that process, and how important it has been to allow me to grow as not only a Muslim, but as an American Muslim, to feel comfortable and confident in that identity. So inshallah, we'll talk a little bit more about that soon. Just wanted to say salam and give you guys a little bit of an update. Inshallah, I look forward to meeting you guys first.
I don't know if you caught that or not, but the reason why Sister Tahira is running late today is because she's in downtown Chicago at the TV Emmys. Yes, it's the same Emmys, same Academy Awards, that, you know, the Hollywood red carpet, all of the stars, all of the famous actors and famous celebrities that we all know, they picked her story, the story of her journey to becoming the first hijabi TV newscaster. She was nominated, or her story, the documentary about her journey, was nominated for an Emmy, mashallah. Takbir. Takbir. Inshallah, she'll be joining us later in the evening, but right now we're going to start with our main program. But before we do that, I was asked to show you this. Some of you may not know, recently the CPSA sports team rebranded as the CPSA Thunder, and we are selling sweaters, t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, quarter zip sweatshirts, some really cool gear, lots of swag in the back, cash, checks, and credit card accepted. So at any point during the night, if you find yourself with a few minutes, you can go look at it, as well as the silent auction outside. Proceed from both go to the school, of course, inshallah. But right now, I would like to welcome our other guest speaker for the night, Imam Mandarin. If you were here last year, you had the pleasure of witnessing his performance. MashaAllah, he's great at bringing the community and motivating everyone in the audience. Before he takes the stage, I just want to tell you one thing about Imam. You can join me, please. So before this event, I asked, just like with Sister Tahira, I wanted to introduce Imam Ahmad. I asked him, please give me some information about yourself so that I can make the proper introductions, so that I can prime the audience. And he said, there is no need for that. Let's just save the time for fundraising. MashaAllah. MashaAllah. He's an incredibly humble and modest person, MashaAllah. And it's my pleasure to introduce him for the second year in a row at the CPSA Fund Raising dinner. Thank you. So Imam Ahmad, please.
Jazakallah. Thank you so much. MashaAllah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I didn't hear your response back. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. MashaAllah. Jazakumullah khair. Thank you so much. Alhamdulillah, we thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We praise Him. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to send His mercy and His blessings on our noble Prophet Muhammad, his family, his companions, and those that happen to follow the way till the day of judgment. And after that, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who happened to honor us by bringing us together tonight with the intention of supporting this noble cause, which is to help our kids to become educated and to give them the right in this place called United States of America. So before I go any further, inshallah, tonight, usually, I don't know if I am the fundraiser or a motivational speaker or the combination of the both. Okay, طيب خير inshallah. So I should be doing the two things tonight to motivate you, all right? And also to ask you to support the cause. But I don't think if I would need to say much about the part that says motivational speaker. I believe you brothers and sisters are already motivated, all right? So I will save time on that. My task tonight is to raise to raise $1 million, right? So that's why I said, okay, having that in mind, then I don't need you to waste any time trying to introduce me. Okay. That's good. They were asking me if I would like to take my white mic and walk around with it. Well, I don't know if you guys notice I'm a bit short and I'm not a tall guy. So to cover myself, I like to be beyond the pulpit so you will not know my height. Otherwise, I would love to do it, but I'll stick here for a minute. So Alhamdulillah, I know you are already motivated, very generous brothers and sisters. May Allah continue to bless you. I will just go back. I think raising a $1 million can be a bit challenging. So therefore, I don't need to take any time or waste any time by introducing myself to you. You've seen me numerous of times, and I'm the guy that is known to be the one who's always here to ask you to give money. Now people forgot that I'm an imam, all right? Before being a fundraiser, I used to give a khutbahs. So now, whenever I happen to go to a masjid, when people see me, they'll be like, oh, what happened, Imam Usman? Is another fundraising here again? Now I tell them, no, I just come tonight today to give a khutbah, not any fundraising. Alhamdulillah, I will go back to the point. The brother just happened to speak briefly about our dear sister, Sister Tahira Rahman. May Allah continue to protect and preserve her and make her way smooth for her to keep ascending. My brothers and sisters, subhanallah, here is a hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam who happened to say, "Man taraka shay'an lillahi awadahu Allahu khayran minhu." Anyone who happened to have enough faith in and trust on Allah and to let go something because of Allah, right? It's something that you like it, you want it so much, but it doesn't please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So you let that thing to go for the sake of Allah, Allah will definitely give you something which is far more better than that which you have let go. And subhanallah, her story is a living testimony to that, right? And as you can see on the flyer, it says, Tahira Rahman, the only hijabi TV news reporter in the US. All right. So out of all this line, I happen to retain two things. The only hijabi. That's the key point that I got out of this. You know, when Tahira was first hired for this job, it was on the news, and the WhatsApp video clip, went viral. And before I woke up in the morning for a Fajr, I received that videos like 6 times. 6 times. One from Malaysia, another one from Ghana, another one from Middle East, another one from my own country, Mali, and then two other videos come from US. Subhanallah. And I'm saying this to say, I looked at all of this video, I just had a big smiles on my face. I said, Subhanallah. And sister and her story, she is not just an honor and a pride to herself.